All right, the Low Country often makes boast-worthy lists. Top city for vacationing, beaches, restaurants, retiring, overall quality of life. Now, these attractions bring in more people and development, and this can often lead to people being pushed out of the homes and the areas they've lived in since they were born. In this ABC News 4 series, we're going to highlight this very complicated issue, starting with Highway 41 in the Phillips Community in Mount Pleasant. In the morning, afternoon, and night, hundreds of people drive on Highway 41 in Mount Pleasant. For families living directly on either side of the highway in the Phillips community, their quality of life is disrupted, even threatened. A few feet from the busy road is a single dirt road that leads to Hilda Smalls Rouse's home and family-owned land.
My granddaddy, he used to farm. This was, further back behind me, was farmland. And out of the 35 acres, because my granddaddy, which is Edward Smalls, he had 5 children. And out of the 5 children, that's where he cut off the land, and they all had their own portion.
Given to Rouse and her siblings, who still live in and own the other homes in this parcel.
Yeah, that's my dad, World War II veteran. This is my grandmother and her daughter. And this is my mother, Janie Smalls, in the market, weaving her basket.
Oh.
They're saying they're gonna bring a 5-lane road through here, but nobody gonna lose this, have to lose their home. But you're going to walk out of your home and walk right into the road.
Hundreds of other families in this area share Rouse's sentiment about widening the highway to accommodate traffic that leads to recently built, newer neighborhoods. Phillips makes up 450 acres in Mount Pleasant and has about 300 homes in it. Slave descendants still occupy the footprint of the original 550-acre settlement. This African-American settlement community and other ones in Charleston County have been intact since the 1870s. Following the Civil War, many freedmen and freedwomen bought land. They built homes, opened businesses, and created generational wealth.
You don't know our history. You don't know what our grandparents, our parents had to go through that have us where we are today with our own land, our own home, and it might not look like yours, but still it's home for us. We own it, and it's valuable property. And we do matter. Our lives do matter, and we want to learn to live the quality of life.
This is the original Phillips plantation.
Richard Habersham has been working since the 1990s to stop the expansion of Highway 41.
Can you imagine that these folks, this came out of slavery, most of them couldn't read and write, but they had the knowledge. Well, the biggest thing is land ownership. I can get this. I can give my kids, my grandkids, my great-grandkids something that they'll own.
Civil engineering firm Revere Group estimates the project will require a 75-foot right-of-way, which would include land from 71 properties here in Phillips.
You are still a landowner with rights in this whole process, regardless of whether it's heirs property or not.
Jenny Brennan is with the Southern Environmental Law Center.
This is something historically we've seen that these communities have been taken advantage of, and these road projects were put through these areas because it was perceived that they were the path of least resistance, or that they didn't have the political power to sway the decision.
Brennan advises these property owners to get Phillips on the National Register of Historic Places. Rouse is ready to do just that. For her, preserving Phillips is not just about her home, but her adult children who now share the title to the land it sits on.
Doesn't have to, worry about people coming and taking anything from it. The only thing is pay the tax, and the property is theirs. And it's a good, and like I said, it's a good life to live out here in the open space, nice fresh air, and not congested. Doesn't live up. Everybody's spaced out, and just have know your neighbors.
The Southern Environmental Law Center breaks down basic steps all home and landowners can take right now to help yourself out if you live in the path of redevelopment. We've posted that information to our website, abcnews4.com. It's going to be underneath the tab Highway 41 Phillips Community. You can also find this on our app. We spoke with the county councilman for District 1. That's where the Phillips community is located. In our next piece, hear why he is working overtime to try to solve this very complicated dilemma. That will air at a later date in December.